might be able to offer all of you, seniors or everyone who has a few more years here. So I asked myself, what profound realizations have I come to? And for starters, I've realized that ab exercises actually are difficult, and I've learned what out of shape really is. I've learned that sleep is valuable and very reinvigorating, and that wearing sunscreen is important. I've learned that I can do anything at 5 a.m. as long as I don't have to jump in a pool. And 2 broken wrists later, I've learned that swimming is much more than a sport for me. It's essentially the one and only exercise I will be destined to do for life, because it is all my body will allow. As was said in Mean Girls, when Regina tells Gretchen to stop trying to make fetch happen, my body just keeps telling me to stop trying to make running happen. So many of you are going to have realizations like this as you continue on with your journey here. But the biggest one, I think, is the one that all of us who've already graduated already know, and you will come to realize this too. And so I hope that sharing it today maybe will bring some of the seniors a little bit of comfort and maybe some perspective to everybody else. And that fact is, once you finish swimming at Harvard, it doesn't end. And I don't just mean it doesn't end because you can be a volunteer assistant swim coach. The it I'm referring to is the reason that you're all here in the first place, and the reason that you will continue to be successful in whatever you do. I remember thinking that once I was done swimming at Harvard, I was never going to be part of such a wonderful group and embarking on such a quest that was so much bigger than Nate, where we all pushed ourselves and each other day in and day out, ever again. But that's only half true. What you have here is special, and you won't have this same group of women with you every day for every fight once you leave. But really, why do you do this, and why are you doing it together? It's not for the scholarships or the money or the fame or the recognition. Why else? And I really think it's because we all like to break down barriers. And now that sounds dramatic, and maybe it is, but I think it's true. When you do something you didn't think you could, or challenge yourself to do something you know you might not be able to, or when you're exhausted and push off again, telling yourself that yes, maybe this one will be the fastest one, what are you doing? The physical and mental barriers you set a goal to break through, whether you do it or not, and the satisfaction that comes from getting through to the other side, or the perseverance required to try again, that's why you do this. And the opportunity to do that doesn't end. I'm going to brag for a moment. This morning, I did a stadium. I didn't run it, but I did go up all the big steps the whole way. And every time I got to the bottom of a section, I thought about taking a break and running up the little ones, and I just kept telling myself, one more, one more. And I made it. So that was my breakthrough of the day. But it isn't just about physical activity. Now again, something else that I'm proud of, I'm currently the youngest director of a business unit where I work. Now there's only 8 of us, and it may only be by a couple of years, and nobody else realizes this or cares but me. But you know what? I do. And I noticed, and I feel good about it. And so my wish for all of you, seniors, juniors, sophomores, and freshmen, is that you give yourself some credit for your breakthroughs, big and small. Recognize that there are moments every day where you are challenging yourself and you are breaking down some kind of barrier. Whether it's in practice, getting out one more pull-up, or in school, getting your pee set done in time to sleep before going to class the next day. Whether it's breaking a school record, or a personal record, or going a season best, or perhaps it's getting the dream job, or even becoming the first woman to do something, you will keep pushing yourself because that's who you are, and that's who we all are. So I want you to be proud and pay attention to all those special moments. Some of you may know David Foster Wallace, be familiar with his work as an author, and he gave a really great graduation speech, which I'd encourage people to listen to. But he shared the following story. 2 little fish were swimming in an ocean, and an older fish swam by and said, "Morning, boys, how's the water?" A little while later, after they nodded and kept swimming, one of the little fishes turned to the other and said, "What the heck is water?" So as you graduate, or or continue school, or look for a job, or study for class on Monday, or get ready for practice, or think about what it is you want to do next, please remember that all of that, and this today, this is water. This is water. So Steph, thank you for allowing me to realize what all of this is really about by transitioning to the other side of swimming. I wasn't going to do this. And as I hand my watches in, thank you for being a really strong role model to me and the many women you've influenced and molded over the years through your smiles, words of encouragement, and the look. And to everybody else, I wish you all so much luck and happiness, and I thank you for making me a better and stronger and more grateful person by allowing me to celebrate the successes that you have and be part of your journey through the literal and figurative water. And one final piece of advice, which I know all of you already know, but deserves to be said: eat dessert while you still can.